Hello guys, it's Joanne here and welcome to another storytime video. So, have you ever been fishing before? I've done that numerous times, but not too often. When I was a little kid, I went fishing in a little small lake, and then fast forward to 2007, I went to Colorado during summer vacation and fished in both a river and a large lake. And in summer of 2012 or 2013, I went fishing in the middle of the ocean. And that event was the worst fishing experience I've ever had so far. And you guys are about to find out why in this video. Howdy folks, Joanne the editor speaking here. I apologize for interrupting this video, but I want to give you guys a warning that this story contains mentions of throwing up. Don't worry, it will be censored though. It's also a tiny bit graphic due to an injury that occurred in this story. Viewer discretion is advised. Like I said before, this was during summer of 2012 or 2013. I went on a fishing trip event with my dad, a friend of his, and the friend's son. For this story, I'll call the friend by the name of Jimmy and his son by the name of Freddie. We went fishing on a big boat with some people, which started at around 7 o'clock in the morning. We sailed out into the ocean, and as we waited to get to where we were going, I took a peek at the view of the ocean numerous times. On top of that, Jimmy brought a box of donuts for us, so that was a nice little treat. After stopping at a location in the middle of the ocean, we were taught how to properly use a fishing rod and how to properly catch fish. Apparently, they had a rule that everybody has to catch at least 11 fish or more before we head back to shore. So everything started off fine for me. Some time went by, I was having a good time, and I caught 7 fish. But then, minutes after catching my 7th fish, my stomach started to feel a bit queasy. I was all like, uh-oh, I hope it's not what I think it is. I put down my fishing rod and sat down. 10 minutes later, I felt worse. I was thinking, yep, this is it. Seasickness! I ran into the small restroom the boat had, and then blah! Right in the toilet, and there goes all the donuts I had earlier. Gosh dang it, son of a crab. Please don't blame the donuts, it truly was seasickness. I threw up 3 times before I felt a little bit better, but I was still feeling horrible. After I cleaned up a little, I got back out there and decided to sit down. However, as I was sitting down, I suddenly felt one of my hands getting caught in something and being pulled up in the air. When I looked, I saw that my pinky got caught on a fishing hook that's hanging on a rod next to me. After realizing what just happened, I went, only to then realize that it didn't hurt. However, when I struggled to pull the hook out, now that hurt. After getting the hook out of my finger, I got so worried about getting an infection, so I rushed back into the restroom and washed the wound on my pinky with soap and warm water for at least 1 minute. After that, I went out and sat back down because I was still feeling sick and I didn't want to continue fishing. 5 minutes later, I felt worse again. I was feeling so bad I couldn't make it to the potty, so I got up, ran to the side of the boat, and then blah! Right in the ocean. Meanwhile, in the background, Freddie was standing there watching me throwing up, and he was horrified. After that was over, I went in a room, sat down, and tried to quote-unquote cure my seasickness by taking a nap, but nothing helped, and my queasy stomach was keeping me awake. A couple of minutes later, my dad walked in and noticed how miserable I looked, and he even noticed my face being so pale. He went, "Joanne, are you feeling okay?" I didn't want to worry my dad, so I was like, "Oh no, I'm fine, nothing's wrong here, I'm fine." Next thing I know, I was about to have a blowout yet again. I sat up, started running to the restroom, but then I ended up tripping over some wrinkled carpet and I fell on the floor, nearly faceplanting myself. Then I got right back up, returned to the restroom, blah! At this point, I was hoping that this gosh dang boat would just turn around and take me back to shore because I was in agony from this crap and I couldn't take it anymore. Forget getting 11 fish or more, I'm too sick for this. After I puked my guts out yet again, and Dad witnessing that, he helped me use a technique to get rid of my seasickness. Apparently, he had me look towards the distance and I could either look forward or backwards of the boat, but not the sides because that's what was triggering my seasickness. After 3 minutes, I started to finally feel much better. Bear in mind, my dad didn't witness those 2 times I ran and vomited because the boat was big and he was in a different fishing spot. I couldn't bring myself to fish anymore on that event because I didn't want to experience getting sick again. Even though I was feeling better, I was still silently begging for this boat to head back to the mainland. Because I didn't get 11 fish or more, which was the requirement, some people offered me some extra fish, and I thanked them and let them know that I appreciate their kindness. And while I was resting on the boat, I actually saw a humpback whale jumping out of the water several times in the distance. There was also a funny moment where a seal popped out of nowhere and stole someone's fish. At least 3 hours later, we made it back to shore, and oh boy, I was super relieved. I didn't tell my mom at first about me being sick because I was embarrassed and I was worried she'd be worried about me. However, Freddy was a tattletale and broke the news to her and went, "Joanne got sick on the boat." When she told me about what he said, I confessed and went, "Yeah, I got seasick on the boat. Sorry, Mom, I didn't tell you." But my mom assured me that it's okay and that these things can happen to anyone. Some get sick while others don't. And that was the story of my pain and suffering from fishing out in the open ocean. If I'm ever going to go fishing again sometime in the future, it will not be in the ocean. No way in heck I'm going through that again. I'd rather fish from a river or a lake. Oh, and that incident where my pinky got caught in a fishing hook, my pinky turned out fine. No infections, no scar, no nothing. Even though I washed it a lot in the restroom on that boat, I still had my mom check it just in case. I apologize for grossing you guys out though. If you guys have a fishing story and want to share it, feel free to do it in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in another video.